What?
He got nervous. Look how red he is.
I'll clap.
You just have your propped up.
So my first question for you guys is, you guys can take turns if you want.
Okay.
Is who are you and what do you do?
I think you should start.
I should start. Okay. I'm Mason. I'm a student at Phillips Academy. I live in Andover Cottage behind us, with some beautiful people. Not him. Aiden Lynn.
That's right.
Eric Chow. Theo.
Not off to a good start.
It's beautiful. And yeah, right now I'm interested in sort of learning more about our reality and our universe and the laws that govern it.
You say the question again?
Who are you and what do you do?
My name's Lydia. I'm a sister. I'm an aunt, which is kind of crazy. A lot of people don't know that about me. I'm a student at Andover, but I came here lower year during COVID, and it almost feels like I never fully got to experience what it'd be like entirely, like in its entirety. I don't know, it still feels like I'm a visitor almost. Yeah. Oh, and what do I do? I play tennis. I laugh with friends, and that's basically it. Yeah.
All right. So my first question for you guys is, what has been your favorite memory this senior year? I guess it takes some time to think about.
I guess you can go first, but before we start, for me it's kind of hard because I feel like my relationships here, or at least like my circles, have kind of changed a lot. Yeah. And it's weird because other people I don't, like, it seems like it's the same friend group, but who I was closest with within that group of people I think really changed. But you go first.
I'm still thinking. One of my favorite memories this year was in the fall. I was with Adrian in the library, and we were brainstorming some ideas for the Andover Economic Society. And he mentioned that he never learned how to bike. So we spent the next 4 hours outside of the library. I think you were there, Theo. Spent the next 4 hours pushing him around on a bike. I felt like a proud father, and it felt like he was being very vulnerable with me because he kept crashing. He ended up breaking part of my bike, but I think it was worth it because he somewhat learned how to ride a bike, and it was a really wholesome moment.
Eric?
Yeah, you can pick it up.
If you pick it up, does the voicemail turn
We'll just share.
off? Wait, then what's the point of this? Hello? Hey, what's up? This is Mason. Yeah.
Describe what's going on.
Can I what?
Who that is.
I have no idea who it is because it's Eric's phone,
Okay,
and I don't know if Mason knows who it is either because he picked up. But
Where are
something's
you?
happening.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Eric's on his way somewhere,
Wait, what? Doing what?
walking pretty fast, so I wonder if it's an urgent situation.
Okay. I'm doing an interview right now, so...
Huh?
Yeah, he's okay. Yeah.
Shout out to Eric for letting me use his phone.
There's just a second.
Who was that?
Is the voice
Aiden.
still going?
Oh, it was Aiden Lynn.
No.
Okay, just play it. Sorry.
Eric, what's your password?
What's your password? My name. That's weak as shit.
That's it? Any capitals? Like, no.
It's a number passcode.
I think
No,
it's his
it's
number.
your
It's numbers.
You know, like how it.
Yeah, each number has 4 letters.
Okay,
Wait.
keep
E-
that. Okay, ready? 3, 7, 4, 2. Yes? Be present.
Oh, okay. All right, it's back on.
Okay, it's back on. Can you clap? You guys. Yeah. So, oh yeah, Lydia. It's your turn.
My favorite memory. I think my favorite memories have been coming back to the dorm after a very hectic day and just discussing everything. And it's hard to pick just one because it's always the same vibe. It's always very loving and very, like, laughy and comfortable. But yeah, I don't know, Andover's a pretty hectic place, and my circle, we do a lot of different things, and so even when it's a crazy day, just coming back to the dorm and talking about it all and sharing our favorite moments, I think that's like where my home is.
So, my next question for you guys, it's not really a question, but I guess I want you guys to look at each other and say your favorite thing about each other.
Okay.
And if the camera hasn't picked up already, they're dating.
You want to go first?
Just qualities, or can it be anything?
Anything you want.
Yeah.
I like how easy it is for you to smile. And I like that you just go about your day always smiling and things bring you joy. More than normal, I think.
I think my favorite quality about you is that no matter what, when you see me, you're always happy. Even when you're upset. It's like
Yeah.
whenever I see you, you just always like smile and laugh.
I think that's unique to just you, though. It's like something special you bring out of me because you're always so, I don't know, content and happy. Is it my turn again?
Do we keep going?
I know, I mean, it's a conversation, so you guys can go out. But if you want me to pose the next question, I can. Unless you want to stay on this.
I mean, we can, but
Alright, so my next question for you guys.
I have
You
bronchitis.
guys can take a second to think about it and really like try to converse. But what's something that scares you, but you'd like to try?
This is easy for me. I think I want to go skydiving on my birthday, or at least the week following my birthday, because I'll be 18, and I know some kids in our grade who have done it, and I think it'd be an awesome experience.
Skydiving? What was the question again?
What's something that scares you, but you'd like to try?
Honestly, like, I feel like one of the nights that or like days that we go to a lake, I want to try skinny dipping, because I feel like that's like a very like vulnerable
It scares
thing.
you to be naked in front of your friends,
It does scare me, because I feel like it's
because they wouldn't ask for consent if they tried to like.
what? No, it's just like it's something that I would never do, but I feel like I've heard people talk about it, and it feels like it would be a very like freeing thing.
Yeah, I would totally go skinny dipping. I don't know if I'd go with your friends. That's a good one.
Alright, my next question is kind of deep, but what is the most important thing in your life right now?
If I was gonna go first, I think the most important thing for me is kind of remembering that, like, it doesn't really matter where I go because I'm always gonna bring myself. I feel like it sounds weird when you say it, but like leaving Andover, it feels like you're leaving a lot of your identity, and then also a big thing that we are proud of, you know? I feel like walking around saying you go to Andover is just like something that you get to gloat over for 4 years, or at least however long you're here. And then all of a sudden you're like nobody again. Because it's not like you're going to be 20 saying you went to Andover, kind of, you know? So just kind of remembering, like, who you are, and that wherever you go, like, they're lucky to have that, you know? You bring it with you.
Do you think it's not going to be the same in college?
Yeah, but the world gets so much wider after high school, and everything you do suddenly becomes so much, like, less significant. And I think you have to, like, recenter that narrative that, like, whatever you're doing is exactly what you should be doing, you know? And, like, it matters.
Do you think it's going to be less significant in college?
I feel like it's a bigger school, and there are just going to be more impressive people around. And even the professors, like, everything around you is so much more profound. You can kind of get like lost in the rest of the world and, like, forget how you contribute to it.
For me, I would say right now the most important thing for me is, like, my ability to self-reflect. I feel like these last 4 years I've gotten to know a lot more, like, what I want from life, what I expect, and I guess if those expectations are unrealistic. So I think that I'm a lot more content in knowing who I am and what I'm comfortable with. And I know I'm in a very, like, privileged position. So I think that being able to reflect on that allows me to, like, take bigger risks and do things that I normally wouldn't be, like, super comfortable with. You know?
Yeah, I agree with that. So I feel like as humans, we have all the emotions. It doesn't necessarily matter, like, where you were born, how you, like, were raised, you know? Like, we're all still scared a lot of the time and, like, anxious, and yeah, you have to remember, like, that you all are in a special spot where you can take more risks than normal. Yeah, I like that.
I feel like especially with, like, college stuff, I felt like there was I had a lot of anxiety about it, and everyone around me had a lot of anxiety about it too. And I feel like being able to look back on, like, where I am and who I am, I was a lot more comfortable with myself and my decisions.
So you're not taking that sous chef gap year?
I'm still thinking about it. The applications
Looking
are still
back
open.
at this video, do you think you're going to regret if you decide not to?
I don't think so. I think with a gap year, I would feel like people are ahead of me. Like, I've always been scared that, because, like, a lot of kids repeat, you know, in our grade.
And it feels like they're just missing a year.
And it just feels like if the people you knew were, like, a full year ahead of you, and especially even in, like, college, even though it's less than high school, like, that's still a significant gap, no matter, like, how smart you are, you know? So I just feel like I would regret it because I'd see everyone in my life doing things that I thought I would be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And in a place where, like, I wish I was.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it a little bit, that it's kind of nice knowing a lot of people who are already a step ahead of you, because then they can give you a lot of advice and support. But
yeah, I don't know.
But I understand feeling behind almost. But it's also like you're on your own path.
Yeah, but I don't think
It is
that's like a path I'd want to be on.
it is kind of nice knowing like all your new experiences and struggles, everybody else is experiencing that as well at the same time. So you can talk about that too. Kind of like how scary it is and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like if everyone were like a step ahead of me, like a year ahead of me, and like say they all got jobs, I feel like
I could hire you.
like I feel like then I no longer be their peer.
Yeah.
Like I feel that way about like even some of the seniors that graduated last year, that they're still like my peers even though they're a step ahead. But I feel like that wouldn't be the case for like everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My next question for you guys, pretty like not that deep, but just wondering, what's your favorite song? Could be all time, could be right now, and why? Like what sort of what meaning does that have for you? This is probably like a Claire's song.
You know my song.
What is it? The
Think of the artist first and then think
is
of
it Jesse Murphy?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the sober song?
Sobriety, yeah.
What is the special meaning to you about it?
I tend to find a lot of obscure artists that I think have good meaning in their lyrics. Like, I'm not a big fan of artists who don't write their own music because it's always very superficial, even if it has a nice beat to it. I like listening to a song and feeling connected to the lyrics, or at least like learning something new about the artist through their lyrics. And Jessie Murph does that. She's, I think, like very depressed at times, and probably has a lot of mental health issues. But then, I don't know, sobriety, it's about her experiences getting drug tested at the doctors. It's like I feel like I'm there, you know, and it's also a vibe.
It's relatable.
And on top of that, I always get an awesome reaction from people when I play it for them. And those are moments that I remember too. Like, I remember the first time I played it for you. And I remember the first time I played it for Izzy. That was like 3 days ago. And when I showed my friends in Miami at the beach. Those are all like core memories just because it's such a crazy song.
When did you first show it to me?
I don't know, like, I think we were with other friends. Like the reaction.
Was it at Flash Films? I
Maybe.
feel like it might have been.
The more recent ones are easier to remember, like. But I think it's such a fun vibe.
How did you find Jessie Murphy?
I play a lot of related on Spotify. When you can click a song and say go to the radio, and so when I'm vibing with a song that I'd never heard before, sometimes I just want to listen to other like music that fits into that genre. And she popped up, and then I clicked on her profile, and I've been a fan ever since. What about you?
Never heard anyone else play a Jessie Murph song.
What? No, she's becoming a lot more popular. I always find them. Like, I knew Tate McRae.
You have no idea.
I knew Tate McRae before everybody. I knew, what's her name? Fauzia? I followed her on Instagram. And then she became famous. So, you don't know her yet. You know, she's on top hits, though.
My all-time favorite song is the song I played the most on Spotify.
Do you guys know what it is? It's more authentic if you do.
I think I know what it is.
You know what song it is. What do you think I'm going to say?
I think it's Pretty Girl by Claire.
It is.
It is?
And it's a very corny song, but it's like when I listen to it, like if I'm walking to class, it always makes me smile. And I don't know why. Because I feel like a lot of songs, there are a lot of like really sad songs that are like good music. And like it may not be like the best song like lyrically or like musically.
Or musically. So
But it's like, I don't know, like when I listen to it, it just makes me happy. Like,
the memories attached to it.
yeah, like, I don't know. I don't even know when I discovered the song. But I think it was a couple years ago. I don't know why, but I just have very happy memories associated with it. And I just feel like a pretty girl.
You know,
That's actually what Eric was saying. I was just gonna ask you, like, do you feel like?
Do I feel like a pretty girl? I could be a pretty girl. But the song is actually, it's more about like romance, you know? It's about like, it's about her like being a pretty girl for someone else. And I don't know.
What?
It's not really a happy song lyrically, but it makes me happy. And I don't know why. I don't even remember like the memories attached to that song.
That's not even the answer.
But I've gone to 2 Claro concerts now.
That's
so,
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
She knows me.
You know our song, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a Billy Joel song.
It is a Billy Joel song.
It's in my playlist. But we haven't played it in a while.
Yeah, on purpose. You have to know. It's in the name, like, it's in the lyrics. I'm breaking up with you if you can't.
All right, next question.
Next question.
It's Vienna.
So we're getting close to the end, so now we get the hard questions. My question is, what's something you're gonna miss about Andover in your experience in high school? And I'll say like friends and things like that. That is a given. You know, something other than that.
I think I know. Not a lot of my friends back home went to boarding school because I don't think it's a normal thing. And I like that Andover kind of feels like a secret. And I know that's going to go away as soon as everybody goes to college, because college is just like boarding school. But I'm the only one from back home who kind of knows what it's like. And I think I'm really going to miss feeling like I'm in kind of a sanctuary here. Because I don't think it will be special once everybody else knows what it's like to board. And to have like your own life away from home.
So it's special to you because like your friends back home haven't experienced that.
Yeah, it feels separate from my life. Like I'm gonna miss coming here and feeling like I'm in this, I don't know, like sanctuary, you know? Yeah.
I don't know if I could. I feel like that's not why it's special to me, because I feel like, especially with like going to boarding school for so long, it's like not as, it's not like I have people back home to like relate this to. So this is like sort of just been my home, you know? Like you've been to Boston, like my place in Boston. It doesn't really feel like a home. It's just sort of like a place I stay. I think something I'm gonna miss is like how much I can relate to everyone here. Like even though it's a very diverse community and like, you know, people from different backgrounds. I feel like there's something about kids who go to a boarding school or Andover that, like, I can always relate to people in some way, even if it's not like where they're from, even if it's just like some experience. And I feel like
You think that's gonna go away?
I feel like that's not gonna be the same in college. I don't know. It's just like, it feels like I'm friends with everyone here, and I have some connection to everyone, or some memory tied to like everyone. And once you leave like this kind of community, and even like in college when there's just like so many people, you won't have that anymore, where like every face you see will be tied to like a memory. I feel like I'm gonna miss that a lot.
So, my last question for you guys. I asked this to everyone, but if you could tell your future self, it could be 10 years from now, something, what would you tell them? What's something you would say from your today self?
You want me to go?
Go ahead.
I think the greatest thing for me that changes as I get older are like my dreams for the future. And I think like a lot of kids feel the same way. But still in high school, I have an idea of what I want my retirement to be like. And I'm still hoping I'll open like a boutique at one point. I always tell people what I want to go into and what field I want to do, and then I also say, and I ask them what job they would choose if they had promised success. Because I feel like that tells you a lot about a person. And I hope my answer to that can one day, after I do everything, be my actual job. I hope I don't let that go.
Like a job you would be truly happy in?
Yeah, that, you know, when you're young, the things you think you're good at and enjoy doing, like, I don't know, like design is such a random thing to study in college, and like I don't do a lot of it, but it always made me really happy, like painting. Like, I'm not a good painter, but you know, things like that where you thought spoke to you and then you didn't pursue it.
And bees.
Yeah, that's part of my retirement, actually. I'm gonna have an apiary in a vineyard in France.
Something that I would tell my future self is a little less like happy than that. I would say, don't give up too much of yourself. So I feel like I've changed a lot and really quickly, and maybe that means in the future that it'll be changed for the wrong reasons. Or if I change for, like, I don't know, someone or a group of people too much, that I lose a person, like myself.
Wait. What the fuck? Movie recording stopped?
What did you do? Why do you look like you just rolled out of bed?
Alright, you can keep going.
Okay.
I didn't know he had a bed here. Why do you look like that?
Graham, your sweatshirt's on backwards.
Inside out.
I want to say that just make sure you are someone that you're happy with. That at the end of the day, no matter what happens, you know that you're okay with the person that you've become. Yeah.
Yeah, mistake. It's awesome. Thank you guys.
Cut out the beginning.
Record, Mason.
Cut out the
How
entire
do you feel about
beginning. Yo.
Do you feel like you could be a pretty girl and wear a skirt for Lydia?
Is this a poem?
And could you be a pretty girl and shut up when she wants you to?
Keep going.
And do you feel like you could be a pretty girl? Never make her blue. Alright, guys.